Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. Hey, Cisco, how you doing? How's life in paradise? What's up, Nano? Hey, Green. Rasto, how are you? Welcome, welcome. So, I want to show you guys something that's kind of interesting. If I get rid of all these drawings, take a look at the market structure. And if you look at the market structure, and we take a look at the high of that day, it's just around 64.50. Okay? And then if you go in and you look at where our lows have been, even if you go and put in all the overnight sessions, right? Go put in all those overnight sessions. And you're still going to see check this out. Right? So what does this mean? Well, when the market went up and broke, right? This is an overnight, but this is an RTH high. Okay? So anyone who was shorting on a big swing time frame was using this high as their stop or their out. You see? And when they were using that high, when we took that high on the 12th with this bad structure, you will see that every time we came close to that low or that high, there's responsive buying. Do you guys see that? Right? It's pretty obvious. Now, okay, that's great, JJ. What the hell does it mean? Right? How do we use this information? Well, if you're a short seller and you're shorting and you're coming on the way down, you look to cover there. That is a place, if you're not a short seller and you're long, that's a place that you go long, you put your stop underneath that level and sell into the strength, right? Now for longer term traders, right? Longer term traders, you are okay long as that high doesn't break. When that high breaks, right, you are going to have all of this candy come falling out. And so where are your likely targets if that happens? Right? Your likely target is probably in this area. Oh, I'd say there's an area of interest here, 63.70. Also the 63.80 area, I was noticing that there was somewhere in here is where this position is. See that? So it's all about inventory. Right? Markets are all about inventory. I just wanted to give you guys a bit of a structural sort of heads up so you can see what's going on. You know, everybody's expecting a break, and while the highs are getting lower, we're still hitting bids here. That is a level that we are going to want to watch like a hawk going forward this week right? And that's just right at 64.50. We'll go take a look at it on the next chart. But that's sort of our right. Now large traders don't use hard stops, right? So they'll bid to cover, bid to cover, bid to cover. Let's see what happens. Now overnight inventory is short because at least 70% of the trading is underneath the previous day's close. Okay? Right? Just so you know. Right? Once again, as we are in this area, right? That 64.51 area. As we're in that area, I will expect that area to be tested in RTH because all of our inventory is long above it, right? Right? So support is unfilled orders. Dan, this unfinished business means you need to go to the bathroom. I don't know who came up with the term unfinished business. I don't like it. That's just me. I like it because it biases people, right? And the other thing is, if I'm a trader, Dan, and you give me 5,000 contracts to sell, right? So you call me up and you say, JJ, sell 5,000 contracts, don't sell them any lower than 64.51. And I'll sell and I'll sell and I'll sell and I'll sell. And around here I'll call you and I'll go, hey Dan, or I'll go, just check it in, and I'll say sold 4,000, leaves 1,000. Right? And then down here I'll go, you know what? There's only 500 contracts left, right? I'm going to call Dan and say, Dan, you're filled at whatever cost average. I'll take those extra 500. I'll put them in my inventory and then I'll sell them on the way up. So you're complete. When an order is finished, Dan, or a group of orders are finished, the business is complete. Now, 30 days from now, if someone comes and hits that level, it's not unfinished business. It's new business. Do you understand? I don't know where they get this unfinished business term from, but I have to say categorically that I don't like it, and I don't believe in this unfinished business. Unfinished business sounds like a threat, right? It's like, we got unfinished business. Like, you owe me money. I don't know. I don't know where they get this from. I don't know. But there's a lot of these euphemisms in stock trading. And what is it? Elevators up, stairs down, bungee cord up, kangaroo down. I don't know. They have all this stuff, right? But I don't even think about all that stuff, right? So if you have unfilled buy orders, that means that here's the mechanics behind it, okay? If there are unfilled buy orders at a level, let's just take this level here, 64.68, and the market goes above and comes back down, right? If there are unfilled buy orders here, the sellers will see those and go, let's get these guys to pay more. See? That's all there is to it. There's nothing, there's nothing really new about that. The shorts are coming in to cover, so let's make them pay higher. That's just business, right? And once again, I think, unfortunately, because a lot of the retail trading community does not have any actual experience in the business, that they make stuff up, right? Or people will use terms that they've heard, but they don't actually explain them, right? I'm a big believer in if we're going to use terminology, let's keep it simple and explain it so people know what the hell's going on, right? But too much in trading is based on if you can't dazzle them with your brilliance, baffle them with your BS, right? And that's what most trading education is based on, that principle, right? Hey, Christian, hey, Deback, hey, Hank, right? I don't know. I don't care if I sound stupid. I just want you guys to make money. That's really all I want. I want you guys to be able to execute, make money, pay your bills, not blow up accounts, right? Just do good business. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be rocket science. It's not. It's commerce. As they like to say in Salt Lake City, it's just commerce. Buy a bunch of cheap crap, mark it up in price, sell it for a profit. When people don't want to buy it anymore, we put it on sale, right? Doesn't seem that complicated. The chart simply tells us how sales are progressing. Right? And there's that area I was talking about, that 6451 area. You notice tonight we came right down to the single prints. Yeah, there's really no reason to buy over 70 right now, is there? Okay, so trades off the open, trades off the open. Oh yeah, my balance levels. Okay, balance levels are balance levels are 64.56 and three quarters to 60 and three quarters. Double it to 68 and three quarters. That's the profit zone. Discount zone 48 and three quarters. And we have been just chopping back and forth. So we are going to open inside yesterday's range. Most probably it'll be choppy and slow off the open. Don't expect much more than that. That's good. This summer they didn't fill his order. JJ Stars in unfinished business. It sounds like a Charles Bronson flick. See, look at this. This is horrible, right? This is the worst kind of candle patterns. This is totally untradeable. This is just crap, right? So a lot of this is untradeable. So I haven't traded. I took one trade today. Where is that trade? Right? And what I did was I built a position in the untradables, right? I built a little long position here because I saw this balance back and forth, right? I saw this balance back and forth. So I bought the 60s, 60 half, 60 quarters. I used the bottom of these candles as a stop. And as soon as it went up, I nailed it. Got out and I exited. And that's the only trade I've taken today. Other than that, it has been just paperwork. Hey, Lear, how you doing? You don't know why people don't use market profile? Because it's a pain in the ass to learn. How you doing, AO? Market profile is a pain in the butt to learn, and as much as I love the people who brought it to us, they make it unnecessarily overcomplicated. There's about 4 concepts from market profile: poor highs, poor lows, where the inventory is, and single prints. Other than that, you don't want to go too much down the rabbit hole, right? You can lose years going into market profile rabbit holes. Of course, it's useful. But AL, what is the most important aspects of something, right? You know, what are the most important aspects of something that someone can use to take away and actually make money? You know, instead of making things unnecessarily overcomplicated, right? I'm a big believer in simplicity. I'm a big believer in simplicity because most people, you know, like we spoke about this morning, AO. We said how many people really have time to sit and overthink stuff. I mean, you know, I know there are people who trade at prop trading firms and that's their job and that's what they should be doing, right? But what about the person who wants to make some scratch, pay their rent? You know, they don't want to be Stan Druckenmiller. You know, they don't want to be, they just want to make a buck, pay their bills. What's the information that they need? Right? Oh yeah, and the stops. Thanks, Taco. How you doing, Taco? Hey, Miami, what's going on? How's Vancouver? What's the summer like? Nice weather or you got rain? I'm telling you, man, the UK has been great this summer. It's been sunny all the time. Beautiful weather. Arbutus Ridge. What are you doing up there? Did you move again? Cool. Oh boy. So, trades off the open. I think it's going to be like a blender. It's going to be the blender pattern, right? Being posh with a view. Good. You deserve it. You work hard. I'm in Liverpool. I'm in the great city of Liverpool. I love Scousers. They're my favorite. I understand them. I love it here. They're just wonderful people. Yeah, AO, I'm in Liverpool, AO. Hanging with my Scouse homies. Exactly. I love it. Great people here. Best city. Gallows humor. You're funny. Uh, I do. I do, AO. I do, I do. I'm in front of the screens most of the time. Yep, exactly. Where's Raj? He must be out driving his mum around because he's not complaining bitterly about Liverpool. Josh is deaf at the moment. Yeah, I love trading Globex. London hours are great for that because you can make some money before everybody comes in and jumps in the swimming pool. Gosh, we're gonna open right at cost basis. Summer ends, yes, Travis. Now after Labor Day, people will start to filter back into the office, right? And they will start getting their investment committees to start meeting and making decisions and all that good stuff. Yeah, mid-September is when they start ramping it up. Yeah, sometimes Globex, I mean, it's just like anything else. Some days you get beautiful trading, some days you got crappy trading. It's like going fishing. Some days you go fishing, you don't get, you know, it's slow. Some days you go fishing and you get, you know, they're biting nicely. So I think it's going to be a bit of a choppy morning. Hopefully I'm wrong. I'm really hoping I'm wrong for you guys, for your sake. There's no FOMC this week. Jerry, it's there. The markets are like you. Remember how you took 3, 4 weeks off? Same deal, brother. It's the middle of August, right? Everybody will start ramping up for the end of the year in a couple of weeks. Ah, yes, Jackson and his holes, right? That's Friday, right? You're looking for expansion of the range? Good. Put in your request, Lear. Let's hope we get some. I don't mind chop. I don't mind because it's just, it just allows you to make some money on rotations. I love rotations, right? I like to look below and fail. I like to look above and fail, back to the middle. Those are my favorite trades. You get in, you get out, make a little scratch, go have a coffee, come back, do another trade, go to the gym, you know, do some corporate work. It's nice. You know, it's been a slow summer, but there have been some interesting moves. That's for sure. Mm. Yeah, Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, you get Fed notes. This little movement that you're seeing, my friends, that is overnight inventory is adjusting, right? So lower prices are attracting buyers. And if you were long and you're long over VWAP or even under VWAP, the close is a place where there will be selling. So, and then the stop's up here at 69, like the Bryan Adams song. See how we're creeping up to the close? So say you're long 63, 64. You know, the close is 67. So just know that they might front run that with a sell order. It's always good to know where the buyers and the sellers are in a market. That way you can trade intelligently and you're never caught off guard. If you expect selling at a certain place, then you know, okay, I know to expect it here, right? You're not taken by surprise. There we go. See? Tag the close to the tick. Okay. If we clear the close, you're looking for 69. Those are your upper stops. Right? 68 and 3/4, 69. And there we go. Up, up, and away. And we're looking for 68 and 3/4, 69, that area. Oh, see, they sold into it, right? Because they sold here, they front ran that area, right? So chop, a little bit of chop. It's going to come and rotate down. Let's see if we hold VWAP. A little bit of bids off VWAP. If we break 63.5, looking for 61.5. It's okay, Aaron. You know what? Some days the market's like an old car. You know, it needs to warm up a little bit. There were some nice trades yesterday. Don't worry, it'll warm up, right? I would really like to see what's lurking underneath yesterday's low. So if you're short, that is going to be your target. If you're looking for a long, wait till we get over 61. Let them sort this area out. Right. Oh, there's a seller there. Good. break of the low. There's the next stop. So if you're short like I hit 59, and I'm going to cover at 55.5 is where I covered. Going to go test those single prints. Stopped short right at 54, right where the single prints are, right? Yeah, good call, AO. Wait till it gets back up over 57, 58 if you're looking for a long. It'll be a little easier to manage. Point of control's right at the yesterday's low. That's nice short covering. Watch the short covering now. If we run out of supply, we will move up. And if you're buying, you're looking at a look below and fail of yesterday's low, it's still, there we go, get some bids. Let them come in. It's a little choppy, right? I'll offer them, if I'm long there, I'd offer at 59 quarter, 59 half. But I'll kind of wait until they figure this little area out. I'm seeing a seller at 58. You need to clean out that 58 seller, right? You see the sellers right there at 58. Boom. Yeah, it's stuff like single prints that really nice. It's really nice in market profile when you learn how to use it. My goal is to use market profile and make it practical, right? It's struggling. Come on, 58 and a quarter. Let's see what you got. Right. See, the seller's still there. Right? Sometimes a simple 1-minute candle chart with a straight line is all you need. You know, that's all you need to know that there's a seller at 58 and a quarter, 58 half. It's not complicated. Can't charge you any more money for it. Let's try again. Let's see if we can get past the goalie at 58 half. Right. Oh, creeping past the goalie, right? So if you bought him, sell him, right? I'd put a 3/4 offer in to see if you get taken. It's going to rotate back down again. This is that balancing. It all depends now whether or not the buyers come in. If the buyers don't come in, we can't raise price. If you're going long in a choppy market, make sure you're offered. There we go. Out one at 58 3/4, out the other one at 59 and a half. Long 57/4. Right? Just watch the bids at 56 3/4. If they pull, it will take out the lows. As long as those single prints don't get violated, the trade will be to the upside. Pretty simple. You don't need to overcomplicate it and look at 300 different things, right? The chart will tell you what's going on. All you have to do is not be a knucklehead and watch the chart. The chart will tell you. Now we're looking to creep up to 60 3/4. Bing, there it is. take out that seller at 61.5, and then we will go right back up to VWAP. Right? Nice. What's going on in the chat there? Hey, oh my goodness. Anybody else out there on YouTube? It's okay. Say hi. Guys in that chat, what's up, Lear? Hey, hey, he's gone. Yeah, you do that, AO. Just remember, we want people to be able to use the chat and say hi, ask questions. Hey, Jeff, what's going on? How you doing? What's up, Joe? How you doing? Hey, JR, what's shaking? Ah, Norway, cool. Nice trade, nice trade, Lear. Yeah, the market has breaks like an F1 car, doesn't it? It's the beautiful thing about algorithms. Older traders hate algos, and I never could figure it out. And it's because they can't trade on feel. It's very difficult, right? So algos are, but they do make the market so precise, right? And we're back just in the middle of the opening range. Session VWAP is 64. Another look below and fail. Look, the sellers are there. We're cleaning them out at 62 and a bit. See? There's VWAP, right? I use 6 p.m. open, Hermock. I anchor my VWAP at 6 p.m. The Globex open of 6 p.m. New York time, 11 p.m. UK time. So folks, while it's chopping around and we're doing some distribution around VWAP, if we go take out that A high, it'll trigger some stops and we'll be looking for 69 and a half, 70. Otherwise, we'll rotate back down to fill some bids. While it's chopping around, please like and subscribe. It keeps our algorithms fed. And we'd love you to come visit us at thetradingsyndicate.org if you want to learn how to trade in an environment where you can learn. We don't use a bunch of trading jargon, just common sense and good business practices. That's all we're about. Taking those stops, there's 69, just like I said. We'll also help you pass those funded trader program evaluations. Remember, inventory was short. No problem, Rufus. Good to have you with us. Yes. Yeah. I like to keep the double talk to the minimum, right? I understand that most of the audience, even people who are trading larger accounts, they don't want to hear a bunch of gobbledygook. They just want to know how to make some money, you know. Thanks, Sodbuster. It's okay. AO, from the sounds of it, you should open your own room and do your own streams. And you can, I think that's more your speed. It's a beautiful thing, right? Different strokes for different folks. Yeah, but Kunj, are you actually making money, right? The geeky stuff is cool, but are you paying your rent with your trading? If you're not, maybe step away from the geeky stuff and go to the more practical things. You know what I mean, man? Right? It's okay to geek out on stuff, and I don't mind that. I don't want to down, but I really want you guys to actually get paid for the time that you sit and watch this stuff, right? Yeah, so my advice to you is maybe don't geek out so much, just kind of go with practicality, right? Where do I put my buy? Why am I putting my buy order here? What's the reason for it? Where am I putting my stop? Why am I putting my stop there, right? So if I'm short 68, my stop is 69, right? And I'm looking to cover some at VWAP, right? So short 68, stop 69, covering at VWAP. That's a valid trade. There's a seller. See how simple it is? Now you're going to screw up the execution a bunch of times, so you got to practice, right? So short, stop, cover. Make your 4 points and pay your cell phone bill, right? There's no geekiness in that. You spotted a seller, lower highs, right? As you learn how to hold trades, if you sold 4 up here, you cover 2 here, right? And put some bids down here at 61.5, right? Yeah, I don't mind if you join AO, just don't try and take over the room, right? Right? And remember, you know, so maybe just cut down on the caffeine. I don't mind at all if you join. Love to have you. Hey, what's going on in the room? By the way, where are you guys? You guys awake? What's going on over there? Anybody catch that look above and fail of 68? No? Yes? I know, it's summer. You guys are all sitting in a tree on the beach with your laptops, right? Uh, Look below and fail of 63 quarters. Seller at 62 half. Do I trade the afternoon session? I do, but less and less. So right now in the UK, Karshi, it's quarter to 3. I'm up at 4:35 every morning. So the afternoon session for you is around 6, 7, 8 o'clock for me. By that time, I'm an old man, so I start getting tired. I, so I am less likely to trade the afternoon as much, right? Nice work, Miles. Yeah, just stick to those A plus setups, man. It'll really help. It's nice having a 23-hour trading session because you can go and make some cash and then go out and you enjoy your day. I'm also doing some consulting work and public company work and stuff like that. So it's it's nice to be able to take advantage of, you know, the trading times, right? Oh, you're in Oxford. Cool. I haven't been to Oxford yet. Oh, Miles, you're the NFT bandit. Okay. You guys always changing your names. Nice trade, Joe. Nice trade. All right. Now we're taking a coffee break. Right? We went up, we went down. Now, what's the next order of business? You got to be watch. You got to be careful when you're trading at work. Now we're just kind of sitting here above yesterday's low. Let's see what the next rotation brings us. See ya, Hank. Have a good one. Seller at 60 and 3/4. So when the candles start getting small, right, that means business is slow, right? There's not much follow through on either side. Point of control moves up from yesterday's low up to 59.60. Not much going on, right? So we had our initial move, first 20 minutes. Now we're taking a little bit of a coffee break. See what happens next. Market takes a breath. So creeping above 60 and 3/4 again. If you are long, remember that there were sellers at 62 and a quarter half before, and VWAP is above as well. Yep, see the sellers are right there at 62. It's so simple, right? You draw a line where the sellers were before. They will react there again because they lost inventory there, right? This way you can manage your trading. If you bought 59, sell them into the 61 and 3/4, right? Don't wait for an invitation. You know there's going to be a seller there, right? And that's all you really need. How simple is that, right? You don't need DOMs, footprints, nose prints, all that stuff. It's a simple, simple way to execute your business, right? The TPO chart tells you where you are in the city. The 1 minute chart tells you where you are in the neighborhood in the city. Now let's see, have the sellers lowered the price that they're willing to pay to sell at? Because if they do, this current candle is not going to take out 62 and a half. Right? Everything's just simple, Green, right? Everything's just simple. Now, if the sellers at 62 half see buying, they will raise price up to VWAP at 64. Watch. If they don't see enough buyers, they'll bang it back down to 60. And I know it's really boring right now, but this chop is a great way to learn. Watch the offer. Just watch the offer. The offer sets the price according to the customers coming in. A fancy way of saying customers is order flow. So you'll hear people talk about order flow trading, right? Which makes me laugh because all trading is order flow trading. There's no trade if there's no order flow. Order flow is just a fancy way of saying customers coming in the store, right? But you can't sell people $1,000 software when you say customers coming in the store, right? So when the offer starts moving up, the offer is the ask, the red line. The bid is the green line, right? When the offer starts moving up, the bid will follow it higher. See? There you go. Right? Now let's see if we can do we have enough buyers to raise price over 63? Come on, we're creeping. There we go. There we go. Close to VWAP. They're going to sell into it at VWAP because everybody will. There's our seller. Hello. Right? Now, if we continue to have buyers, if we have follow through, they'll keep raising price to 65, 66. There you go. Right? And enough people short underneath 62, they've got to buy it back. Now they're buying it back. Now we get the big green candle of pomposity. Right? That big green pompous candle, that means the shorts are trapped. Right? And all you delta heads will see delta go up as everyone rushes to grab the offer. Right? Now they're going to sell into it at 67. Now they'll backfill that move a little bit. Right? We created demand from 60 to 66. Now let's see, do they keep coming in? Now this is interesting. If we take out that 69, right? That 69.70 area, then the upper stops are 72 and 73.25. So, takeaways from the first half hour of trade are today's RTH low so far. Now, I'm not one of those guys who says the low of the day is in, right? I don't like that. But so far, the RTH low could not take out the overnight low. And that could not take out our 64.51 level. So, gun to your head, short people, remember that, okay? Hey, Dave, how you doing? How you feeling? A little bit of bids at VWAP. Good stuff. What level is set 51? If you go back, you probably joined us a little late, Kunj. If you go back and look at my earlier, here's 64.51. And the market has not taken out that level yet because people are swing short and bid to cover underneath it. That's why on this retrace, we have not been able to come down and tag that level. That's basically all it is. I explained it in detail earlier. So just rewind when you're done. Yeah, I feel much better, Dave. Thanks. Point of control moves up. Right? Now we have some distribution. Remember, it was down at the previous day low. So all that cheap crap that we bought down at yesterday's low, we are now getting rid of at 65, right? Because it was down here earlier. The point of control was here. Then it moved here, right? And then now it is up here. So all that means is inventory was bought here and sold here. So yeah, we're right in the sweet spot, right, Lear? Now, I'm going to put this out there. If enough people shorted this market under 64.77, there's going to be a problem when we break 64.77 if we get above it. Because when markets go sideways for too long and they don't break, everybody shorts them waiting for the break, and then the break happens, and then all hell breaks loose. Once again, candles are small, business is slow, right? We're at distribution. Yeah, it means good distribution, guy. Good, good catch on that. Yeah, I think it's going to be a bit of a slow, choppy morning, and that's okay. Contraction leads to expansion. What are you running for Fed Chairman, Lear? Start wearing suits again? Listen, if I don't give you a hard time, who will? Ugh. Oh boy. And now we just kind of relax. I call this time algo smoke break. You know, the algos take a little smoke break. Nice thing about retail trading is once you learn when not to do business, you can relax, right? You don't have to be all keyed up waiting for a trade, trading the crap out of every little move. You wait for your setup, you take your setup, and then you kind of chill out. Wait for the next setup. Right? See if we can push over the 70s. Here we go. Gonna give it the old college try. Oh, what you should be looking for, Corshi, is your trade setup. I DM'd you back, so we'll chat after the session. Yeah, exactly, Nano. Just stock your trade. There we go. A little bit of a stop run. We took that 70. Let's see if we can get some follow through up to 72. Right? Now, what are we going to do? We're going to take that inventory, right? All the inventory is underneath us. If we can stay above 69, we're going to go and take that and try and sell it. Between, say, just in this area here, you know? Right? Just try and, this is called retailing it out. Right? Taking out the upper stops. Look, we got some people trapped. What did I say earlier? We had a bunch of people trapped underneath. Oh, 68. There's 77 and 3/4. Right? If we take out that overnight high, right? This is Sierra Chardeo. Indeed it is, my friend. Overnight inventory was short. Took some time to pick up all those contracts and vacuum them up. And now we can go and resell them for profit, right? If you are a fast short seller and you're shorting this area here, your stop is the overnight high. You're looking for covering probably here at 71, but first you need to get past 72 and 3/4. Okay? Remember, you're going to be shorting the backfill of your short. If it lifts over 76 and 3/4, 77, then you know to watch your whiskers, right? You have sellers competing at 76/4 half. That's the only thing holding this thing down right now. They see buyers, it will take out the overnight high. And folks in the room, I'm going to post the chart. Here you go. Keep an eye on 77 and 3/4. Indeed, Travis, when B period took the high of A, remember I was saying look at all the people who are short underneath a certain level, right? Remember we had this big green candle, right? So once the inventory is underneath you, what do? Right? You put the stuff in the truck and you drive it to Walmart, then you sell it up here, right? And you can sell it up here for as long as the buyers come in. If they stop coming in, then you put it back on sale down to 68, 67. The breakout is based on shorts covering. Yeah. Remember, have you watched that video? I put it in the room again yesterday. It's in the JJ video section, Travis. Right? It spells out the sequence of buyers when a market drops. First, you have the smart money short sellers, then the wholesale longs, then retail, right? And that fourth set of buyers are those trapped shorts who short in the lows, right? And they're like, "Oh crap, we got to cover." Boom, and they come running in, right? So your shorts are trapped under here in this area where everybody else was accumulating, they were shorting. They go to cover, everybody just yanks price higher. And now it's going to distribute up here. And still distribution. Sequence of buying always remains the same on liquidation, AJ. It has been that way since the first caveman started selling rocks. I don't know if they did any short selling back in the caveman days. But ever since the invention of short selling, the first buyers to the bid are always the shorts. Think about it. Why are they always the first to buy? Well, because it's a riskless transaction, right? Covering a short means you're closing a trade. So you're always first, and they have to cover size, right? So when you have to cover size, you need to get in there and, on that break. It's got to make sense. You're right, AJ. It's got to make sense. Oh. See, this is distribution. That's why it's slow, right? It's a, that's called distribution, AO. Accumulation, distribution, shorts holding the market up. Simple stuff. Now you're looking for that point of control to move up here. That'll show good distribution. Right? You're moving product. It all depends, Gunj. It all depends on the short sellers. Some will cover right away. Some will add because they have capital. Some will go long in another account because they can trade around the position. Don't do that at the same brokerage firm with same name accounts. You'll get nailed for wash trading. Hey, Omen, what's going on? Now we're putting it on sale, right? We ran out of buyers. Look for that 70, the bottom of this candle. If you're short and you need to cover, I'd put a bid here, and then I'd put some bids in here. If you can't get filled, it will rotate back up. And now we're just backfilling, right? Just put it on sale. Put it on sale. I'd be looking for bids next at 70 half. Gosh, you guys have gone quiet like the price action. There's nothing like distribution to make everybody quiet. There's 70 half. That's where I'd be covering right now if I was short 74. Because the shorts will be bid to cover right here because they'll be short underneath that A low. So when that low gets taken out, I'm sorry, that high, right? All those buy orders will be underneath that high. They'll all be stacked up here. Right? That's why it's slowing down right here where I told you guys it would. What are you looking for wicks for? Oh, but don't look at the wicks. This is not a candle party. Look at the inventory. Don't look at wicks. Wicks are meaningless. Look at the inventory. The market was underneath 66 for hours, right? That's the accumulation of inventory. This is distribution for profit. Now go light some candles, right? Well done. Listen, you got to have a sense of humor in this business. Otherwise, it's just all heart attacks and mail-ox. Let's see if we can move that point of control up to maybe 74.5. We catch a bid. Folks in the coaching class, you guys interested in a price action lab? I'll be there at 11. Bring your questions, please. We're trading 20 points higher than that, Omen. Join us. Come join us and watch my screen. Right? Just take a break from that and wander over to Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. Okay? Come with me. I'll take you on a journey. Okay? Yeah, there was a buyer down there, but we're trading 73 now, so we're distributing 73 product that we bought at 56. It's really that simple. Don't overthink it, man. Don't overthink it. Just keep it, right? It's okay. If you're late, just chill out, get into the day, right? Nothing going on right now. You can relax, it's all good, right? I haven't even looked at a daily. What I do is I look at the profile, right? So what I'll do is, what the heck did I do? What I'll do is I'll look at the inventory, right? So what I was saying was the market is 51 bid. It has been for days, right? And if we don't break that, we are going to rotate up. And then I also said if we take out 73, the last 3 days, 4 days of inventory are underneath 77. So if we take out 77, we are going to go and do this. You see? This is accumulation. This is the short position is underneath here. Right? So we will accumulate and distribute here. It's a two-way market, right? It's a two-sided business. Right? And then if order flow comes in like it is and we take out the 77s, then we'll go and distribute between, say, 87 and 97. You see? If we can't get that buying, then we'll come down and break 64.51. That's really all there is. There's not much more to it than that. Right? That's okay, Kunj. Don't worry. Oh, then we've got a seller at 74. See, look, seller, 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 right? Simple stuff you can use. You don't have to get crazy. Now, a little bit of a sale. Now, some scalpers, what they'll do, a way to use this is if you're a scalper and you see a constant seller at 74, you'll hit the 73 halves, put your stop above 74 a quarter, and then scalp down to the 71, 72 area. Oh, it's not working? Let me check JSB. I'll get that figured out. I also got to help find the guy who helped me set up that border on there. Oh, thanks, Alexander. Let's see if we can get past the goalie at 74 and a quarter. Not yet. Yeah, don't worry about trying to predict the future, Omen, right? Don't worry about that. Here's a little hint, right? A little analogy. You know when guys are driving and their wife or girlfriend's trying to give them directions, but they don't listen because they pretend they know where they are, and then they drive in the hood, you get carjacked? That's what happens when you try and predict in the market, right? So what you want to do is just chill out and let the market tell you what it's going to do. All you got to do is pay attention and listen, right? Simple, right? Just give in to the chart. Like, just give in to the power of the chart. The chart will tell you. You don't have to be first. And in fact, you don't want to be first, right? You want to let the billionaires, you know, all those dudes who talk like, oh yeah, dude, it prints. You know, you should see my new house in blah, blah, blah. The guys who, you know, don't fly commercial. Let those dudes go and pay the check first. Know what I mean? They will blaze a path for you. All you got to do is just chill out and follow the chart, right? Just get on the Gulf Stream, you know? Ever seen Tropic Thunder? G5, baby. You know how Tom Cruise in Tropic Thunder? Right? You just cruise with the chart. You don't have to fight the chart. You don't have to predict where it's going, right? Just get in and let the chart do the driving, right? It's like a nice chauffeur-driven limousine, right? Yeah, there's nothing going on here, Lear. Still distribution. We still have bids at 69, half, 70, right? There we go. Little fire sale, right? Nice work, Joe. Get paid. Go have fun. Yeah, that was sellers competing. That's all it was. And that's what a flush is. A flush occurs when sellers compete. We all start to sell at the same price. We see some bids and we all go hit them, right? That's good if you were short. It finally broke that A high, which is nice. That's good. It's two-sided now. Now the price action should get better. This is like oiling a rusty chain on a bicycle, right? We've got some nice bounce off VWAP. Look to see if they sell into it at 68 and 3/4. And in fact, I don't know if I trust that B low. Will it hold? Right? Look at that. Yeah, there we go. Let's see if we could break VWAP. Maybe we go test that overnight low again. You know? Could be some nice, definitely some nice rotations, right, folks? That's what the name of the game is. We like a nice rotation. You know? You get a nice rotation in, you just trade the edges of the rotation back into the middle. Right? No drama. Okay? And that's it for me today. There are signs, AO, yeah. You know, if you're a seller, right? A fisherman can always see another fisherman, right? But you don't have to worry about all that. You don't have to be first, right? So for retail accounts, don't try and predict everything. It'll take a lot of that stress. Just put down the stress. Just take that big rock and put it down, right? You don't have to carry that stress of being first, right? Don't worry about it. You'll go into trading rooms and people will always talk about how much money they make or how smart they are. Just ignore all that. Put down the stress. Let the chart show you the way. Okay? Thanks, everybody. We will see you tomorrow morning. I'm JJ. This is the Trading Syndicate. Have a wonderful afternoon. Trade smart out there. And don't take candy from strange market makers. Bye for now.